Biafra, Biafra, the only hope we have. We salute you. We appreciate you. We salute you. We appreciate you. Yo. Amadike, one no Biafra. Odogu, Chukwaki, Kechekwagi, let it in the road. Dragon Master, Biko do. My Prime Minister, Atakata Abo. Take us to bus stop. The era you do to Nayasi. Anya Jikerewo, Ebony Nozina Jogodo. We want to go. Yo. Enu na. We appreciate you. Biafra, appreciate you. We salute you. Biafra, they salute you. We appreciate you. Biafra, appreciate you. We salute you. Biafra, they salute you. Cabinet members, download. Media people, GCK. Deep down our heart, yo. Biafra, GCK. We are proud of you. We are very, very grateful. GCK. We cannot forget all your sacrifice. GCK. Nobody can say deep. You got a number. We appreciate you. Biafra, appreciate you. We salute you. Biafra, we salute you. We appreciate you. Biafra, appreciate you. We salute you. Biafra, we salute you.
It's Black Star.
The boy Nambana Puzyoko. Yo. Biafra Liberation Army. Biafra Defense Force. Biafra Marino. Biafra National League. Omunikwe Battalion. Nene Chekwa Bodani. We cannot forget all your sacrifice. No. Consider because a number. We appreciate you. Biafra, appreciate you. We salute you. Biafra, we salute you. We appreciate you. Biafra, appreciate you. We salute you. Biafra, we salute you. Biafra is here. Special thanks to Manzi Simon by the Prime Minister.
What does Biafra mean?
It means freedom, liberty, fairness, equity, and justice.
In practical terms, these are very good sounding words, but in practical terms, what does Biafra mean?
Confederation.
So, a weak center,
very weak,
very strong regions.
Absolutely.
Have you had a change of mind, therefore, about getting an independent Biafra? Because that's what I seem to be hearing.
No, I've not changed my mind, no. An independent Biafra means going back to where we were before the white man came.
Okay, so you're not talking about a federation. When you say a confederation, you're not talking about a federation as part of Nigeria. You're talking about total independence.
Absolute independence. Complete
independence. Now, is there anything that can happen that will make you change your mind about this particular direction?
No.
So it is either Biafra or nothing else?
Or death, yes.
Or death?
That's correct.
If push comes to shove,
yes,
will you go to war?
No, because truth is a far more potent and deadlier weapon than bullets and mortars.
So truth. No war? You've ruled out the...
Absolutely, I don't believe in war, no war. When I say Biafra order, then I'll keep pushing. Either I am alive, I die in the process, I won't stop. Allow me to repeat, if you don't mind. Had sovereign national conference been convened by the powers that be, where every ethnic national, I said every, I don't care if there are 600, I don't care. Everyone is
all the 500 plus.
Everyone together to say, this is all, others can delegate, I don't know, powers to other people to attend on their behalf. Sit down to say, what type of country do we want? Sit down, discuss, agree. I can begin to perhaps submit to your position.
Is it too late?
It is way too late. They've killed too many people. They've ruined too many lives. They've wasted too many souls. How do we bring those people back?
If the federal government, given the agitation that is going on, becomes convinced that, you know what, these people have a point, it is time to actually address all these issues, and they begin to systematically address some of these issues, would you change your mind?
No, because of the deceptions of the past.
No trust.
No trust. Aburi was there, it was negotiated. Nothing happened. 1968, if I recall. And the confab report, what became of it? How about the 3 R's? Reconciliation, reconstruction, and heaven knows what else. What became of them? Nothing. Calabar Seaport is not working. Can you tell me why it's not working? It's a seaport used by the colonial masters. Why is it not working today? How about Iguacha Seaport? Why is it not being used? Why not worry? Why must we allow only Lagos to function as a viable seaport? In England, where I used to live, you had Liverpool, you had the Sun, which is Portsmouth, you had Southampton, everywhere. You had harbors and ports. So why must you have only one?
I've heard people say these are very valid arguments, and that these are things that are to do with bad governance. So the average Biafran, to use your phrase, or Igbo man in the Igbo, is facing poverty much in the same way that the average guy in Yobe State is facing poverty. And so these are issues of governance. You don't agree with that?
I agree completely.
Okay. So if that is it, why isn't the agitation about tackling the problem, which is ensuring good governance, perhaps starting from locally? Because part of the allegations against you is that you don't confront your political leaders in the East, and you'd like to blame Abuja for everything.
Because the way I would want to solve a problem is not how a Fulani man would want to solve it.
You really believe this is an ethnic thing, and the approach is different?
No, the approach is different. No, it's not ethnic. It is more to do with value system.
Right.
The way you may want to solve a problem could be markedly different from how I do mine.
What is the geographical makeup of Biafra, as far as you are concerned, this Biafra that you want? So, for example, if we're doing a referendum, where will that referendum take place? Is it only the 5?
It's on, no.
It's okay.
It's on, which is River State, Bayelsa, Delta, Anambra, Imo, Enugu, Ebonyi, Cross River.
Akwa Ibom?
And Akwa Ibom, of course. Yes.
Right.
Those are the coastal. Basically.
Bayelsa?
Yes. Southeast and South-South without Edo State.
Without Edo State.
That's correct. And then including Igede, Idoma.
Right, the Benues. So the Igalas and part of the Kogi,
yes.
Kogi
Yes.
State, right?
Yeah.
Nyosom Wike, the governor of the governor of River State, made a statement, I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday, and said, you know, you should not be including River State and the people.
Not him. I can't decide for Biafrans. You have to go and vote and convince the whole world that they want Biafra. It's not for instance, it's only one man, one vote.
What if they're not even willing to take part in the referendum? Because I've had people from the South, for example, from Bayelsa. I've had people from Cross River. I think there's a famous actress, Kate Henshaw, for example, wrote a long piece about why people of the South don't want to be dragged into a place called Biafra. You're saying, regardless of what they say, you want a referendum in those parts?
Because I know the majority of the people want a referendum. I was in Iguacha yesterday.
How do you know?
I was there yesterday. I was in Iguacha yesterday. You call Port Harcourt. I was there yesterday. I should have been there to see what happened.
Now,
they were delighted to see me. I'm sure you know that. It's all over the place. They're very happy to see me. I bet Kate Henshaw wouldn't get such reception. Where she to go to?
She's a big, popular Nollywood actress. I wouldn't necessarily.
I'm telling you, if I go to her village, people will turn out to see me more than turn out to see her.
Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us on this program today. I appreciate everyone that has connected to the program wherever you are joining from. I thank you for giving us your time. It is weekend, and I wish you a happy weekend. Sorry I came a little bit late than I used to come because, as usual, whenever the Prime Minister is online, we cannot be online at the same time. Our Prime Minister, Mazi Samonekwa, has a live program. So we listened and we paid attention to the live program. That was why I could not be able to meet up to my usual times. I believe most of you listened to the Prime Minister and the message he delivered. That is where we are. The restoration of Biafra is something that no man can stop. The enemies are trying by all means. They are trying all means, but they will never succeed. They will never succeed. The more they try, the more they fail. The more they try, the more they continue to fail. We will continue to do the needful. And we will continue to proceed and do what we have to do. Every one of us must focus on the restoration of Biafra. Focus on the restoration of Biafra. Nothing is going to stop the coming of Biafra. No matter the propaganda, the blackmail you see, don't allow it to distract you. The enemies of Biafra are not resting. The enemies of Biafra are not relaxing. The enemies of Biafra will never stop fighting. Likewise, we, the Biafran people, we will not stop until absolute freedom is guaranteed. Wherever you are watching this program from, I want you to understand that the restoration of independence state of Biafra is something that no man born of a woman can stop. We have come a very long way. We have passed through so many difficult steps. We have passed through difficult roads. And we are still on the path. We are still going to pass through more dangerous roads. But you must not give up. As long as you never give up, you continue to stand your ground. Victory is sure. Biafra government, under the command of our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, has only one responsibility: to defend life and property of Biafran people and restore Biafra. The restoration of Biafra must happen. It does not matter what the enemies are saying. It doesn't matter how they feel. No matter their propaganda, no matter their blackmail, we will definitely overcome the forces that are after us. We will definitely overcome the forces that are fighting against us. Our freedom is near. And the closer we get to the freedom, the tougher it becomes. Do not give up. The closer we get to the freedom, the more you see propaganda and blackmails. The enemies of Biafra are everywhere. They are not sleeping. If you think they are sleeping, They are not. They have signed up for this very distraction. And they will never stop. Every one of us, wherever you are, you must tighten up your belt. We are lucky that we have Biafra Republic in Exile under our command of our Prime Minister, Master Simon Ekpa, the gateway to freedom. The gateway to freedom of Biafra has been opened wide by the Prime Minister, Master Simon Ekpa. It is left for you to walk through that gate and embrace your freedom. But if you choose not to walk through that gate and embrace your freedom, it is up to you. It is up to you. We will continue to fight for our freedom. We will continue to speak, and we will continue to raise our voice. No matter what the enemies do, we will never give up. The Zoological Republic called Nigeria will never stop from attacking Biafrans. Every day, they are planning new strategies. They are planning new styles on how to attack the Biafran people. They are always looking for a means to export their terrorists into Biafra land. Wherever you're watching this program from, I want you to be security conscious at all times. Don't say you are not warned. Do not say you're not warned. The terrorists are everywhere, and the Zoological Republic government is trying everything possible to see that they export their foot soldiers to Biafra land. But the Liberation Army of Biafra is resisting them. The Biafran government under Mazi Simon Ekpa is resisting them. Every one of us should remember the instructions of Mazi Simon Ekpa. If you disobey that instruction at your own risk, you are going to face the consequence of your action. If you disobey the instructions from the Prime Minister, you have yourself to blame. The instruction from the Prime Minister, if you disobey it, you will have yourself to blame. Instructions has been given. On the announcement from our Prime Minister, he said, there will be no October 1st celebration. The zoo celebrates their fake independence October 1st. A country that is still under captivity in the hand of the British. A country that is still operating with their slave name. A country that went and took back the national anthem of the slave master. They say they want to celebrate their independence on October 1st. How can you be independent and you go back and take the national anthem of your slave master? How can you be independent and you are still bearing the name that your slave master gave to you? What is the sign of independence in the zoo? I have not seen any. The zoo does not control their resources. The resources in the zoo is not in the hand of their government. Their colonial masters manipulate and take as much as they want to take, free, without any challenge. They take as many as they want without any confrontation. And you claim to have independence. Everyone that can tell him or herself truth know that the zoo has no independence. And everything in that contraption is controlled by the slave master. And today, shamelessly, they will come every year and they say they're celebrating Independence Day. Independence Day, my foot. These are a bunch of criminals that have nothing to offer. Bunch of criminals that have only lies, fraud in their head while they are serving their slave master. The Prime Minister have made it clear, anywhere you are in the zoo, tell your friends, if you are outside the zoo, inform your family. No October 1st celebration in Biafran territory. If you want to celebrate the October 1st, please go to the north, or you can go to the southwest and celebrate, not in Biafra land. If you want to celebrate the October 1st, go to southwest or you go to north, not in Biafra land. October 1st is going to be a total lockdown in Biafra land. And you know, whenever our Prime Minister says a word, he will carry it out. There will be no October 1st celebration in Biafra land. If you are in Biafra land, put this in your mind. Don't expose yourself to danger. Don't say you are not warned. We will always warn you. We will warn you, but when you disobey, the same people that tell you to disobey will still be the ones to use you as an example. The same people that tell you to, oh, don't listen to them, go out. They will be the ones to come and take you out, to use you as propaganda. But who cares? Whether they use you as propaganda or not, you cannot stop the coming of Biafra. Biafra will come. And we will do what we are supposed to do. Wherever you're watching this program from, I urge you in the name of Chukwu Abiyama to remain consistent and focused. Do not get distracted and don't allow anything to distract you. Don't allow anything to distract you. It is our responsibility to restore our nation, and we will do so. No matter what the devil does, we will surely overcome their powers. We will surely overcome them. No matter their propaganda, we will win them. Always remember that we have a responsibility. Always remember that we are not Nigeria and we will never be. We are not this Nigeria. We will never be, no matter how they try. We are already Biafrans, and Biafra we must be. Don't allow their propaganda to get you. Don't allow it to get you. Don't allow it to get you. Always make sure that you focus on the real thing. Make sure you focus on your freedom. Make sure you support the Biafran Liberation Army. Make sure you support the government of Biafra. Nobody can speak for you except the government of Biafra. Nobody will stand for you except the government of Biafra. Do not pay attention to propaganda and blackmail. They will always be there. But the more they push their propaganda, the more we win them. No matter the amount of propaganda that comes, always focus on your freedom, and we will surely be free. We will definitely be free. We will surely be free. Please Do not forget. Do not forget that we have a mission. Do not forget we have a responsibility. Do not forget that it is our duty to do what we have to do. We must do what we have to do to save ourselves. Every one of us must make sure that we continue to hold on to our freedom. We continue to do the needful. Do not allow anybody to blackmail you. Do not allow anyone to distract you. Our freedom is very close. Don't allow anybody to take your position. Don't mind those who are attacking us right, left, and center. Every attack that is coming will definitely fade away very soon. They will fade away very soon. Please stay strong and focused. Those of them attacking our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, they are going to meet their end. He has warned them. It is left for them to listen. For those who refuse to listen, hear the warning and listen, or else you are going to face the consequence.
Simon Ekpa is not looking anybody's face. That Simon Ekpa is not looking anybody's face. The only person I respect in this struggle is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I gave him my word that I will never disappoint him. Before you pick a fight, ọkpụkpụ mbụ abụrụ ọkpụkpụ na anọ mmadụ n'onu onye ahụ ka dị ndụ. No. Ọkpụkpụ nke mụ ọ nọrọ gị n'onu ogbuo gị pii. No matter what, you can't take it out. Agbago mụ Nigeria n'onu. Gbaa ndị iro Biafra n'onu. Gbaa ndị si na Biafra agaghị abịa in 2023 n'onu. Arọ ha n'onu na-akụ ha wọwọ. Woto woto. Ọkpụkpụ a, you can never swallow it and you can never bring it out. So I want you people to understand that propaganda is ongoing. They even say they are signing petition to arrest Simon Ekpa. I do not know, what kind of petition they are signing to arrest Simon Ekpa for other reasons. These people don't understand that we are actually in freedom fighting. Freedom fighting where we do not validate Nigeria state. We are fighting for our freedom. Nigeria state have committed war crime, genocide, crime against humanity in our land, leading us to take the decisive decision we are taking today. And every necessary measure will be taken to make sure that we save Biafrans from Nigeria. Come 2023. Like this, you will be infected. If you eat me as a meat, all cancer kileri, you know cancer maybe, or you cancer you finish again. Come and eat me as a meat. If you eat me and go to sleep and wake up, you know, you can't eat me.
That is a warning from the Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa. For those of them who don't want to learn their lesson, those of them who think that he's playing around with them, every one of them that do not want to mind their business. They don't want to face the enemy. They are facing the person who is fighting for them. It is a message for all of them. Share this video to them. Share this message to them. Share the video so that they can get it. Be careful what you wish for. Be careful what you wish for, because that thing you wish for, you will definitely get it. You will get that thing you are looking for. Every Biafran that is genuine today, every Biafran that sincerely wants freedom, knows that the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, is not compromised. Will never be compromised. No matter how they try to spoil his image, no matter how they try to push their lies and propaganda, it will never hold water. It will never hold water. The more they try, the more they fail. Wherever you are watching from, it is very clear that we are in warfare, but people don't understand. The zoo is doing everything possible to see that they take over our land. The Fulanis are using every strategy. We were here and we heard that Tinubu is having a discussion with, formed a committee to restart open grazing. Open grazing that everybody said they do not want. Every state came together, people came together and say they don't want open grazing. Today, Tinubu is forming a committee to look into open grazing again. At the same time, Tinubu is planning to form Ruga. And today they have come with another techniques. They have come to another techniques, sending internal refugees to the southeast. The same Biafra land where they said it is not secured, they are bringing Fulani Janjaweed to come and settle them in Biafra land through the help of Hope Uzodinma. They said open grazing. The people said no. You said Ruga. The people said no. You said livestock program. The people said no. Now you are bringing another one. If you want to resettle people, why don't you resettle them in that their state? And what happened to their own home? How can people be driven away from their home in a country in thousands, and the military of that country could not be able to take back the land and give to the owners? Instead, you want to come and resettle them somewhere else. The only reason you are doing that is because you want to create a room for your terrorists to come. I want us to listen to this very news. We must pay attention. These people will not stop. You understand? You know why we will not stop? They will not stop. That is why we will never stop on our own. Hear this news.
For the training of refugees, migrants, and internally displaced persons on refugees, migrants, and internally displaced persons has concluded plans for the training of refugees, migrants, and internally displaced persons.
Internally displaced persons. They say they have completed a plan to resettle them in Mbano, in Imo State. Which country does that? Internally displaced people, their homeland is still there. Foreigners came and took over their land. Instead of you resettling them back to their land, getting back their land for them, you are taking them to Biafra land to increase your insecurity. The same insecurity you have caused in Biafra land, and you tell us that Biafra land is destabilized. How then now are you taking people to go and settle them in that same place you said it's insecure? The only people that are bringing there is terrorists. Nigerian government will never stop the exportation of terrorism to Biafra land. Now they are legalizing it, telling us they want to come and resettle internally displaced people? Don't you have place to resettle them in the north? And what happened to their home? Why don't you take them to the southwest? Why are you bringing them to Biafra land? And Imo State, for that matter, Imo State that we know is a hot zone. Every one of us know that Imo State is in the news as the most insecure place in the southeast. Today, you want to go and resettle Boko Haram in that same Imo State. I thank Njoku that our Prime Minister has spoken. Let us hear this news.
Imo State, where the National Commission for Refugees, Migrants, and Internally Displaced Persons has concluded plans for the training of refugees, migrants, and...
They have concluded the plan already. They have concluded the plans to resettle internally displaced persons in Imo State and Ghana.
Internally displaced persons on skills acquisition. Federal Commissioner Tijani Ahmed stated this during an inspection of facilities for the training at Nso in Ehimembano Council area. Senior reporter Prince Uba has details and will return with business news.
According to UN Refugee Agency, Nigeria is home for over 85,000 refugees and asylum seekers. About 3.3 million people are living in internally displaced camps as a result of conflict and violence at the end of 2023. The country is still rated among the 10 countries with the largest number of IDPs globally.
Check what he has done.
Worried by this increasing trend, the federal government is making efforts to begin training of these vulnerable people in acquiring skills to reduce unemployment.
Why are you going to train them in Imo State? Why are you bringing them to Imo State? The same way you say you train Boko Haram and reintegrate them today, you are bringing internally displaced people to Imo State. These are the people that they share money for education, they did not give the Southeast. They collect money for investment, they did not give to Southeast. They share their post and position, they didn't give to Southeast. Now, internally displaced persons, Imo State is the very first place they want to go and settle them. And the Fulani boy in Imo State is allowing them to come. The people they want to resettle are nothing but Boko Haram. They have seen that the Liberation Army cannot allow them to operate in uniform. They cannot be able to land. There's no landing space for them. Now they want to use internally displaced people, refugee, whatever. Are you bringing refugee to Biafra lands? And you in your news say that the Biafra land is insecure. Knowing fully well the risk, security risk in Biafra land, why are you bringing them to settle them there? With all the security risk in Biafra land, why are you bringing them to settle them in Mbano, that is one of the hot places where things are happening? In Mbano, why are you bringing them there? The only reason you are bringing them there is for your conquest, your mission to take over Biafra land. You are trying everything you can to see that you take over Biafra land. But I bet you will never succeed. And our Prime Minister have issued a statement that those people will never be settled in Biafra land. You cannot bring any refugee in Biafra land. Wherever you bring the refugee, take them back to where they come from. In that northern part of Nigeria where they are displaced, let your Boko Haram go and recover their land. Let your terrorist military go and recover their land for them. Why are you bringing them to Biafra land? Why are you bringing them to Biafra land? Why are you doing this to your own people? Why? There's no other reason than because you are a Fulani blood. You are a Fulani blood. And you are pursuing everything possible to make sure that you infiltrate everywhere. But you have met your match. You have come at the wrong time. Under the command of our Prime Minister, none of them will be settled in that area. None of them. None of them will be allowed to settle here. It doesn't matter how long it takes. Whatever it will take, they will never settle in that area. The Liberation Army of Biafra will give them a chase. They will be chased out completely. They will never be given a landing space. My fellow Biafrans, let us listen to the news and continue.
The National Commissioner for Refugees, Migrants and Internally Displaced Persons and his team are here on an inspection of this facility located inside the National Open University of Nigeria Study Center at Enso, a member of local government.
Do you see the facility they are giving them? In the same area where they bomb people's houses, people don't even have a home. People don't have a home. People don't even have schools. How many schools, good schools do you have in Imo State? How many hostels do you have? But look at what they built, where they want to accommodate their Boko Haram. Look at where they want to accommodate terrorists in the name of rehabilitation or skill acquisition. Why don't you go and build a skill acquisition center for them in their own land? These people were displaced from their land. In that same zoo, and you have military. Why is your military not going to settle them back in their land? Why are you bringing them to Biafra land?
Of this facility, located inside the National Open University of Nigeria Study Center at Enso, a member of local government area of Imo State.
We in the National Commissions for Refugees, Migrants and Internally Displaced Persons, we have what we call arrangement for the preparation of our concerned people in order to provide for them training of different trades. Here we are today.
Federal Commissioner with his team is satisfied with the facilities as they believe the training will add value to the vulnerable persons, lifting them out of poverty.
We have gone around the building. It is okay for our use. It is okay for what we intend to do, because in the buildings we can have a lot of laboratories where not only the peoples of concern, including the students around this area, will make use of it.
More than 75% of our population is under 30 years. So majority, that means more than 75% of our displaced persons, refugees, more than 75% of them, they are also under 30 years. So the thing is, the Federal Commissioner is saying his headache is to make sure that those people are trained.
As Nigeria continues to grapple with economic challenges, such skills acquisition, if harnessed, will help to take care of such vulnerable individuals in the country. Prince Uba, TVC News, Ehimembano.
You have seen it. This is nothing but plan to take over our land. This is nothing but strategy to bring in terrorists to our land. You and I know that the Zoological Republic government will never give us anything good. They will never do anything to benefit Biafrans. You and I know that very well. For you to see them trying to relocate people and settle them in Biafra land, you know that it spells trouble. But the more they try, the more we resist them. And they will never, ever succeed, no matter how they try. Let us listen to this commercial.
Ebuja maka Biafra. We don't put our anyị onye ndu. Simon Ekpa. Oba Tobiye. Okpa ikuru sina hise. Nike wetera in Biafra. Odogu Oba Tobiye.
Fellow Biafrans, wherever you are watching this program from, I urge you to stand strong. Do not be distracted. Focus on the restoration of Biafra. We will do everything humanly possible to see that Biafra is restored. The Prime Minister Simon Ekpa is already on the path, giving you his best. It is left for you to play your own part. Play your own part. Do not be deceived. Do not be distracted. Do not allow the enemies to deceive you. I want to play this to take our memory back what transpired in the past. Let us hear.
Biafra, the land of the rising sun. Ndane kuma kahabo. Nde Biafra. Umu check up. Israel na Africa. Na the Gulf of Guinea. Hey, Biafra is sure. His Excellency Mazi Simon Ekpa Biafra, the land of the rising sun. Ndane kuma kahabo. Nde Biafra. Umu check up.
Today is fundraising. Anywhere you are, please join the fundraising today. The call to support Biafra has been coming for a very long time. Mazen Nandekano made this call. And today, under the command of our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, he is making the call. For those of you who are calling Simon Ekpa names, you are wasting your time. Mazen Nandekano have warned and said, those who are taking the life of Biafran people, we should be aware of them. Mazen Nandekano have warned all those people who are taking the life of Biafran people. They are warned, stay away from that evil. Today, we know whom they are. We know the people that are taking the life of Biafran people. The Liberation Army of Biafra is fighting against terrorists, both the ones in uniform or off uniform. The only people today that are fighting against the Biafran people is the IPOB Nigeria. IPOB Nigeria only see Biafrans as their enemies. They see their fellow Biafrans as their enemies, and they clap for the zoo. They clap for Nigerian government. But when their brother talk, they attack him. But I bet you, the freedom of Mazen Nandekano is going to end them all. In the future, they will find and beg for peace, and they will not see. They will beg for help, and they will not see that help. The Liberation Army of Biafra, the government of Biafra have come to end every impunity, and it will be ended completely. All those atrocities they have been committed in the past, they will no longer have that power or the chance to do so. My fellow Biafrans, every one of us must listen. Let us pay attention and hear this message from our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa.
My fellow Biafrans, I welcome all of you this evening to France on this France Town Hall meeting and the France tour. A lot is going on in our land, and of course, we have to defend ourselves any day, anytime. Nigeria terrorist government have come with a lot of propaganda. When you demonstrate that you are ready to fight for your freedom, they profile you. They call you criminals, they call you terrorists, they call you all manner of names. The reason for that is to demoralize you. And we must not fall for that. My fellow Biafrans, I call on you this evening, do not allow the names they call you today to demoralize you. We're remembering what Nigeria did to over 3 million Biafra children through starvation. Yet, the world, as at then, wanted us to move on. 50 years later, after recounting the numbers of Biafrans that died or should have been avoided, we are all here today for not just a revenge, but to finish what our fathers started. And of course, the most important of it all is to destroy Nigeria, the evil Nigeria entity, to destroy it. Nigeria is a terrorist state, and after destroying it, we will liberate our people through a process that has begun. The liberation of Biafra from Nigeria will restore peace, stability in our region. It will also end the upsurge of terrorists and piracy in the Gulf of Coast of Guinea, and of course beyond. The liberation of Biafra from Nigeria will restore peace and stability. Do not let the corrupt and criminal politicians to deceive you into believing supporting your own freedom is a crime, irrespective of our approach to restoring Biafra. I want to remind all of us, in 1776, the United States separated from the United Kingdom by declaration. Today, they are the world power. In 1830, Belgium separated from Netherlands. Today, they are one of the most powerful countries in Europe, both of the countries. In 1965, Singapore separated from Malaysia. Today, they have transformed into global financial hub as a result of the separation. Why is it that when we call for separation, Nigeria and their criminals will be calling us terrorists? Don't fall for it. The past separation has led to the upsurge of economic development in the case of India and Pakistan, Norway, Denmark, Switzerland. Each of these separation has led to the upsurge of economic and development. In 2002, East Timor separated from Indonesia. In 1921, Ireland separated from the United Kingdom. Today, they are one of the powerful countries we have. In 1944, Iceland separated from Denmark, demonstrating that nations can part away without violence. Why do you kill Biafrans? Whenever we say we are fed up of Nigeria. In Nigeria, where you have dangerous diversity, in Nigeria, where you have the northern part of Nigeria practicing Islamic State, practicing Islamic Sharia law, and they have different culture, different laws, different rules, different everything. And with that kind of mentality and setup, we can never develop as a nation. That is the reason we call for the separate state, and of course for independent state for Biafra. Apart from the killings, genocide against our people, and jihad. In 1905, Norway and Sweden separated and goes their separate ways. Today, they are one of the most powerful countries in Europe because of the separation. In 1947, India and Pakistan separated. The list can go on and on and on. And when they want to tell you about Africa, they use Sudan to give you example. Biafra can never be Sudan. Biafrans are scattered all over the world, developing their countries of residence, making impact in governance and policy making. Sudan was never like that. Apart from that, we have a history. Democracy started from Biafra, and Nigeria continued to suppress us, enslave us, subjugate us into what we are today, destroying our sensibility and our sense of reasoning. Nigeria continued to enslave our people, enslave our future, and our progress. Today, in the same Nigeria, when the Biafra people try to rise through their business enterprises, Nigeria's system will destroy it. They destroy it in Lagos, they destroy it in Kano, they destroy it in Kaduna, they destroy it in different parts of Nigeria. And in a system like that, you will all be diminishing until they wipe us in the surface of the earth. The only way to preserve our culture, value system, and save our life from extinction is a complete separate state. Exit from Nigeria, which the process has begun. My fellow Biafrans, today we have given a very serious warning to those threatening Biafrans about the Nigeria protest. We have absolutely nothing to do with the Nigeria protest. We are Biafrans, we don't validate Nigeria, but If any Biafran is victimized for Nigeria protesting, we have assured them we will weaponize every person who cares to carry arms for self-defense. The weaponization of these protesters, any Biafran has been killed, we start from Lagos and Abuja. We will weaponize every protesters that cares to carry arms for self-defense. I rest my case. This is a warning to those threatening Biafrans as Nigeria are planning to protest. We have nothing to do with it. But
my fellow Biafrans, we must be focused on our freedom. We have nothing to do with the zoo and whatever plan they are making. We are not part of it. Every one of us must be focused. Don't get distracted with their blackmail. No matter what they do, remember, our Supreme Namazen Nandekano said we will not stop. We will never stop. No matter what they do, no matter how they try, we will not stop. We will continue to fight until the last man standing.
And we are not going to stop. I want the world to understand me very clearly. We are not going to stop. It doesn't matter what it takes. It doesn't matter how many lives they extinguish. It doesn't matter the genocidal tendencies they bring with them into our land. We are not going to stop. Everybody listening, everybody watching, everybody remotely interested in justice and peace must understand this. Our destination is freedom, and that very place we're heading to is Biafra. And nobody, no soul on this earth can stop us. Instead of Biafra not to come, we all perish. I want our adversaries, our enemies to understand this very, very clearly. We are not going to retreat, not one iota, not 1 inch, because Biafra must come. Because the hatred has continued to this very day. As I'm speaking and addressing all of you right now, they are still arresting, extrajudicially murdering people in our land, people who are alien to our culture, our way of life, our tradition. They are in our land directing their people to slaughter, to kill without mercy. Unfortunately, those we regard as political leaders have connived with these people to ensure the decimation of their own population. That is the type of nonsense we can no longer condone. As you all know, there is no significant Fulani presence in our land because our fathers taught us how to fight. And we are doing so today without apologies to any idiot. We're not going to apologize because we have been apologizing for nearly 50 years. And we have not gotten anywhere in terms of our collective advancement and development in the damnable zoological republic called Nigeria. That is why we must continue what we're doing. And that is why anybody who is remotely interested in the affairs of our people must understand this, that we are determined, doubly determined. 50 years, or should I say 54 years is a very long time, and 51 years since the end of the war. But now that we have come, or should I say now that God Almighty in heaven has determined that we should come, we are not going to relent. We are not going to do anything whatsoever to jeopardize the sanctity and the holiness of this very mission. We love our people. We love every ethnic nationality that makes up Nigeria as it is presently constituted. We have no hatred towards anybody. We love peace. We love life. We love the progress of other people. But we are in a country where people hate us for no reason, where people despise us for no reason. And we can no longer go on apologizing. And Nigeria as a state, the entire Africa as a continent must acknowledge. The same way they acknowledge the genocide in Rwanda, they must rise up to acknowledge the genocide in Biafra land, or else there will be no peace nor development in the whole of Africa. And I'm not saying it apologetically. I am stating a fact that ought to be forcefully demanded for. And Biafra itself must be restored for those who have come before us, for their sacrifice, for their...
You have heard the Supreme Leader, Mazen Nandekano. This is why every one of us must stand up and continue to pursue the restoration of Biafra. This is why Mazen Simon Ekpa is doing everything he can to restore Biafra. And that is why The Prime Minister of Biafra, Republic of Ekpa, have said that freedom is not in Nigeria. Freedom is abroad, and we will bring it from abroad.
I will be here to fight because freedom is not coming from Nigeria. Freedom is coming from abroad. Freedom is coming from the United Nations. Freedom is coming from Washington, D.C. Freedom is coming from the European Union. Freedom is not coming from Africa. Freedom is not coming from Nigeria. Freedom is not coming from Abuja. Freedom is coming from America. It's coming from Europe. You don't know that, know it. No matter how sad and bad it sounds. But that is a fact. So why should I go to Nigeria where freedom is not coming from? It's coming from here. I will be here. Biafra freedom will come from diaspora. I promised them for many years, since 2021, that I will bring the Biafra freedom from diaspora. I want you to look around yourself. Is it not coming from diaspora? They thought they have locked everywhere. If you go to Nigeria, they kill you. If you do, they will challenge you. Come to Nigeria, so we'll take you serious. Come to Nigeria. Because I will not come to Nigeria. If you want to die, go and put yourself in war. I will not come to Nigeria. I will be here to fight for my people, and I will be here and free my people from Nigeria. When Queen Elizabeth was controlling you in Nigeria and doing amalgamation, was she there? Was she there? Queen Elizabeth, the same Londugard, was she there? I will do like her. I will be here and free Biafra, and then I will come to unify Biafra people after Biafra has been recognized. I will be here to fight because freedom is not coming from Nigeria. Freedom is coming from abroad. Freedom is coming from the United Nations. Freedom is coming from Washington, D.C. Freedom is coming from the European Union. Freedom is not coming from Africa. Freedom is not coming from Nigeria. Freedom is not coming from Abuja. Freedom is coming from America. It's coming from Europe. You don't know that, know it. No matter how sad and bad it sounds. But that is a fact. So why should I go to Nigeria where freedom is not coming from? It's coming from here. Thank you very much.
You have heard from our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, and that is the truth and nothing but the truth. Wherever you are, always know that the freedom of the Biafrans is in your hand. Today is fundraising. I'm going to leave you so that some of us can preserve our data for the fundraising. It is very important that every one of us will be part of that fundraising. Be there and make your own contribution. Be there and play your own part. Whatever you're going to contribute to see that Biafra land is secure, please do so. It is very important. It is our responsibility to protect that land. Nobody will do it for us if we don't do it. That is why we must rise up wherever we are to support the Liberation Army of Biafra. The fundraising will be going on by 8 p.m. Biafran time. Join the Zoom link. You are going to see Zoom link on our platform. Or most importantly, if you're not following anyone, go to X. Type Simon Ekpa on X. Our Prime Minister, his platform. From there, you can join the Zoom and make your contribution. It is very important. I thank you all who has joined me on this program today. Thank you for your contribution. Thank you for being part of the program. I am going to see you again tomorrow by the special grace of school. Thank you so much and stay blessed.
Biafra Republic! Biafra Republic! Thank
Biafra na-enwe ọṅụ. Ụmụ Israel na-enwe ọṅụ. Ọnwụ ka anyị ji ana. Ọnwụ ka anyị ji ana. Hey! Na so, anyị ala. Ụmụ Biafra n'ala. Anyị na-ala n'ala nsọ. Ngwanụ ka anyị lawa. Aka kpuchi ọnwa. Aka kpuchi ọnwa. We are unstoppable. are indefatigable. The 14 states of Biafra. One. Anyana. Chidere. Oh, they go ya. Chidera in Biafra. Ayala wala. Mandi no obodo Igbo. Mandi no na Nigeria. Mandi no na mbo ọzọ dị iche iche. Obi kadawala. Ọ na-akpanyụ n'ugwu na ndịda. Oge ụnụ anyị erugo. Webe ọṅụ. Webe ọṅụ. Webe ọṅụ. Eluigwe na-enwe ọṅụ. Anyị akpọ. Anyị akpọ. Ana m anụ ya. Na so. Bayaba, 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 bayaba. Ah. Sugar. Na so we dey do am. Papa tiri ya mo ayo. Mama gbara m egwu a. Mayo. Ụmụaka ụmụ Biafra ụmụ ọma. Anyị ananụ. Anyị ananụ. N'obodo ụmụ ahụ. Obodo kwere anyị na nkwa. Ekene. Otito dị n'ọbasi nke igwe. Eze Chineke abịa m ụra. Onye na-etinye ụzọ ebe ụzọ na-adịghị. Odumala. Biafra, omen, una.